You say I'm arrogant. I say damn right. That's pride. Pride in the saying I am. Now tune into the big exclusive podcast available on all podcast platforms or the BEpodcast.com. Listen now or I'll eat your whole race. Oh, and you better like or subscribe or else.
And welcome back to another edition of the Big Exclusive Podcast. You see the smile on my face. I'm excited about tonight's show. Family, I see you coming in early. I'm loving that. I see y'all commenting. I will acknowledge and show y'all some love in a second. But you know, we always got to take care of some business first. Got to make sure the sponsors know that we love them and we appreciate them and that we will help you guys. We will help them get support from you guys. So if you guys want to continue to see, the Big Exclusive Podcast, show the sponsors some love, please. Right out the gate, Little Exclusive Bakery. Told y'all every week, home of the best chocolate chip toffee, oatmeal raisin, and a very new stuffed strawberry cookie with the cream cheese. It's very delightful. I can't wait to show pictures of that. Maywa Cosmetics. You got young women who are interested in cosmetics, lip gloss, lip balm, body butter, body mist, all age appropriate and can be used by the adult ladies, okay? Beautiful products. Mastermind Credit Game. If you want to learn some financial literacy, if you want to repair your credit, you want to boost your credit, you want to learn how to get business credit, make sure you guys lock into Mastermind Credit Game, all right? Fat Gene Activated each and every Saturday. We get a lot of sponsors from Fat Gene Activated. Some people show us love. They tell us to come out, eat at their restaurants, get a free grub, rate it, and all that stuff. Last but not least, iCraft Mart, home of products made for you guys by people like myself and other entrepreneurs of color. So if you guys want to support the vendors over on iCraftMart.com, just head over to www.iCraftMart.com. Order you something, home of the 99-cent lifestyle bookstore. If you look for a lifestyle change, whether it be diet, eating habits, or whatever, head over to iCraftMart.com and show them some love. You're locked into the Big Exclusive Network, home of a bunch of content that I'm gonna kind of run through real fast. I hope my family don't take it personal, but we got a good show. I got to bring in my co-host and show them some love. The Big Exclusive Network, we're gonna run through the lineup each and every weekday, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. We have Keeping It Real with Big Roll in the morning. Check out my big brother as he bring you the funny in the morning. He does serious, but he also brings you the funny. Get your day started off right with a good laugh. Monday night, tune in to Think Different TV with Lashia. Join her as she discusses social topics, spotlights independent artists, and shares financial tips. You can also win if you tune in, you have an opportunity to win some money. She's giving away cash every Monday night on Think Different TV. Tuesday night, you tuned in right now to the Big Ticket, the Big Exclusive Podcast, myself, comedian Topp Fliight, Angry OG. Wednesday night, they will take you down the rabbit hole 13. You can ask them what the 13 mean, but I know it is marijuana related. You got your host, Taj Mahal, Bianca Monroe, and Mr. Cheese. Salute to my rabbit hole family. Thursday nights, put the kids in bed by 8 o'clock so you can tune in at 9 p.m. to Foreplay with B with your host, Bianca Monroe. All right, Miss Monroe, if you're nasty, if you know what I mean. But just make sure the children are in bed and they're asleep and you can watch that show because you're going to learn something about a lot of stuff. Okay? It's a very adult show. Don't say I didn't warn you, all right? Friday night, we're looking for some folks. If you're looking to be a host on the Big Exclusive Network and you have a show idea, just make sure it's different. We have podcasts, we have web shows. We're looking for something a little different. Even if the subject matter is different, hit us up at therealbigexclusive@gmail.com. Let us know you want to join the network. Friday and Saturday shows, open slots all day. Sunday, start your NFL weekend with the Eagles game day special hosted by Poppy Montega, Key Holmes, and Mr. Jamal Jackson, and the homie Big Roll. Sunday nights, you want to tune into the Poppy Montega show. You never know who you're going to get. You might get Bregin Samuels. You might get Chief. You might get Kanye East. You might get some education. You might get some political commentary, but you will always get entertainment. So make sure you tune in to Poppy Montega show Sundays at 9. Folks, that is the lineup on the Big Exclusive Podcast. It's that time of the show where I bring in my brother from another, the funniest motherfucker I know personally. He coming off one of the dopest weekends probably of his life. He sold out 3 straight nights, 2 shows every night, sold out. I'm talking about the one and only comedian, Topp motherfucking Flight. What up with you, bro? I bring him out, don't I? Don't I?
Listen, man, I should have had you introduce me at the dance special.
I mean, I'm just saying that was a no-brainer. Right? Matt could have still did his thing, but if you wanted the nigga to bring you out, you were supposed to have your boy Big Exclusive.
I should have. You know what?
Next time. That's the first joint. That's the first joint, bro. There's plenty more of them coming. Trust me. How was your weekend? I already know, but we got some people locked in. Wait, hold on. Family, y'all know how we do. I'm getting ready to say what's up to y'all. But when I say what's up to y'all, right, I need to make sure before I say what's up, y'all know how we do. Family support family. Please, if you haven't done so already, share the streams. You know what our magic number is. Y'all already know, you family. So share the stream. Once you share the stream, you know what I need y'all to do. Come in and tag your friends because it's going to be a good one tonight. Now, if you see, I didn't introduce the other co-hosts to the show. My man, Angry OG, he out tonight handling some business. He is fine. He is all right. You know, just send OG, which y'all normally send him, some positive love, some what's ups. You know what I mean? But OG is fine. He's just taking care of some business, okay? No need to worry. All right? Shout out to our super producer, Mimi. She said we got 8 shares already. They say ask and ye shall receive. Ain't that what it say in the word, Flight?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm asking. Share the stream. Come back. Start tagging your friends. But Flight, let's get into it. How was your weekend?
Oh man, my weekend was phenomenal, man. It was dope. 4 shows. Like you said, we sold out. Sold them
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
It was phenomenal, man, from start to finish. I'm so honored. Thanks to everybody that came out, everybody that purchased a ticket, everybody that laughed, everybody that cried. I gave y'all everything I had in me. I poured myself completely out this weekend of all that I had. So it was no holds bars. The crazy thing, I got a chance to do a FaceTime the camera crew, and he was like, man, listen, I done shot about 30,000 of these things. I've never seen one like this. Like the emotions, the highs, the lows, like you could tell you really put your all into every show. And he was like, I've never seen somebody do 4 shows, do 4 different sets, and it all just come together. And it was dope. You didn't leave no stone unturned. So it was crazy. I had an amazing weekend.
Bro, I got to look into the camera and I got to tell you, bro, what you did is nothing short of amazing, bro. I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud to call you my brother. That was a major accomplishment. And first of all, let me salute your team. Your team did an amazing job, bro. I felt like, you know, I was VIP, like I was about to hit the stage, bro. You made sure the Big Exclusive Podcast was well taken care of, from our seats to our setup to do the pre-show. We did. Everybody treated us, man, like we really was family. So first, I want to salute your team, bro. And I want to thank you for just showing us an amazing time, man. Like Flight had us first class all the way. I pull up to the table. He like, yo, listen, which one? He even gave me a pick. Which one you want, right? Because this one right here, I think, oh, that's a little too close, Flight. That's a little too close. Your motherfucker might get off on me that close. So, but you had picked out the perfect seat, and that shit had our name on it, man. The Big Exclusive Podcast, bro. I felt like VIP all the way. Salute to you. Salute to your team, bro. Your sets. Let me get that sweater right there, nigga. I'm never gonna forget that. I'm never going. That was hilarious. Yo, first of all, I see you frequently, like, right? Because when you in the city, I do my best to come see you. You be in your second home all the time, Florida. I don't get to Florida enough to see you. But that's like your second home, bro.
Yeah.
I would say Philly is home, Florida is next, and then New York. And I'm talking all over New York, from Buffalo down. Like you be fucking New York up. But and I've seen your sets, and I seen this new set, bro. This new to watch the progression, because I got to see one joke early on, and he was like, yo, I'm still working it. Dog, to see that joke finally come together, and the way you put it. Now they don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm teasing y'all because y'all gonna have to watch the special. And I want everybody tuned in to make sure y'all watch the special. But to see a joke go from an idea on the podcast to being worked out on stage, to the final product when it becomes a part of the whole bit or the whole set, bro.
Thank you.
Bravo, bro. Bravo,
Thank
bro.
you.
Like it was amazing to see, and I'm super proud of you, bro. And you did an amazing job. Your team was great. I can't wait to see the special, because I don't give a fuck if it costs $1,000. I'm going to tune into the special, and I hope everybody do the same, man. Flight, you did a wonderful job this weekend. It was amazing. I appreciate you allowing us to be a part of the situation. I'm sure we'll make the cut on the floor. It's going to be a behind the scenes situation. I know we made. Yeah, representing the Big Exclusive Network all the way live. Nah,
man, it was fun. It was dope. It was good. Like I said, anything I do, I'm always going to implement you guys. Like I said, thank you for being my family. Thank y'all for embracing me and cussing me out and fussing me out.
It's big in my throat at the end of the show. If the nigga would have told me to stand up, I would have fell into a puddle of tears, man. But the nigga put the spotlight on us, and the fact that I know I was able to help you through a time in your life, bro. I'm proud to see where you are now, bro, and I'm happy that I was able to help. But yeah, great job, bro. I can't wait to see the final result. People should know we have some plans to shoot our own specials, right?
It's in the work. Yes.
Flight just added a new job. Flight will be executive producing specials for comedians on the Big Exclusive Network.
Yep. So look, you gotta tell them the story too. So we was at the pod when we was doing the taping this weekend. It's another podcast company. I didn't say their name. He was trying, listen, he was trying. He was trying. He been trying
outside,
hard.
Right?
When we was outside. And so I spent him real quick. He was like, listen, Flight, I got a home for you. I'm ready. We ready to shoot. I got everything. I said, nah, I'm already booked, and walked the fuck.
That be on facts. Okay.
So when I said it, I didn't even know you was standing behind me. You was like, "Yo, you spent the shit out of it."
Yo, this nigga is. What's the spin doctor on Princess and the Frog? I wish I knew his name, but it was good, bro. It was another dope ass thing. Because shout out to Big Roll, keeping it real with Big Roll in the morning. I did his show yesterday morning. But you did something real dope that I thought that I had never seen before. First of all, shout out to the team for getting that varsity jacket. That varsity jacket is incredible, bro. And I said this on Roll Show, and I'm gonna say here on our show. And after this, I'm gonna get to our family. I'm gonna acknowledge you guys because I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna talk to you. But two things: that varsity jacket. I said this was presented at your very first comedy special, right? I said it's gonna be broken out the glass because it's framed beautifully. You're going to break the jacket out and put it on when you decide to retire from comedy. I'm calling it. It's on tape. It's on tape. Your very first special, you was presented with that jacket. When you retire, I feel like you're gonna break that joint open and walk off into the sunset on like your last special or last movie or some shit like that. I'm calling it
I'm
right
all
now.
for it. I'm about to
But
say you 1-for-1 because you was like you gotta have the leather. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I pulled out the leather pants.
I said, yo, I said this was the pre-show. I said, look,
Right.
Flight, every comedian when they shoot their very first special, it's been since Eddie Murphy. They come out with some type of leather on. Flight, you got to have the leather. You was like, oh shit, yeah, I got the leather tonight. I said, I knew it. And the other thing you did that was super amazing and super dope was that you allowed people to really be a part of your special in a very intimate way, right? So it wasn't about just buying a ticket and coming and watching the show and getting a laugh. But you did something at the end when you pulled out that stool, bro, and you came around with those silver or platinum Sharpies, and you let everybody start signing that stool. I thought it was the most amazing thing. I'd never seen nothing like that. I seen people do like a t-shirt. I think it's like a tree stump at the Apollo, whatever. But I just thought that was amazing. So like everybody who was at that special is a part of that special forever because they got to sign that chair.
They got
and
to
if you
sign
didn't make it, I feel sorry for you. But my name is on there. I got to sign it. I thought that was a dope addition to the show, bro.
I'm about to say
Was that your idea?
Yeah, no, see, it was Jermaine's. And what we did was he knew about the frame that they had for me with the varsity jacket in it. And we was just brainstorming and he was like, are you going to do a chair or a stool on stage? I was like, I don't really sit down. So, but I was like, if I was, I would probably do a stool. So he was like, all right. So he went and bought a stool and painted it black. And he was like, I got this good idea. What you think? And he was like, since this is the very official first special, let's get everybody to sign it and I'm going to put it in a case. So the same way that the varsity jacket was in a picture frame, we're going to put the same chair in the frame as well. We're going to put it in like you get the NFL football and you put it in the case. And we're going to do it like
LED
that.
over that, John.
Yep.
Yeah. When that's done, let me know. I want to come take a picture with that. But that was dope. Shout out to Jermaine, aka DJ De Niro. Something came out of that at the end of the night too. It's a little too early to let the cat out the bag for that, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But shout out to DJ De Niro, man, and shout out to him as a businessman first, right? Then there's a person who cares about the people who he working with. Like I said, your team is, bro, you got a dope team. Let me say that. You got a dope team. Day and D, DJ De Niro, they all carried it like it was special. And it really was a special night. It's that time. We got to say what's up to our family. As normally, so we got 5 participants in the podcast. Is myself, you, and Angry OG. We got our 4th co-host in the comments. He's the king of the comments. Brandy coming for his crown. But we got our guy, Big Mother effing Roll, says, looking around, is this where they cooking the chicken at? Christine, good evening, my beautiful sister. I love you so much. Glad you can join us. Miss Lisa Carter, what's up? Lamont, old school, round the way, brother, living in, I'm not sure where Lamont is right now. But, bro, I appreciate you. You can tell they from round the way, West Philly down the bottom, when they hit you with the Yizzo. And it normally is like Yizzo Cannon. But, Lamont, it's good to see you on the show. I appreciate you locking in. Miss Monroe, if you're nasty, good evening. Miss Bianca Monroe. Like I said, catch her Thursday nights, Foreplay with B on the Big Exclusive Network. Miss Sonia Carroll, good to have you, Miss Sonia Carroll. This is another brother from around the way. You can tell he from around the way. He hit me with the yerp. See, normally you put some more R's in there and probably a couple more P's. You hit him with the yerp. It's a West Philly bottom thing. You may not understand that. Hey, bro, I love you. Yeah, I love you too. Miss Tarika Bright. Matter of fact, I'm gonna save you for last because I need to say a few words about you. Roll shared, Christine shared, Miss Tarika shared, Miss Tiffany Dennis. Good evening, everybody, and she shared. just so y'all know, Tiffany is working on a show behind the scenes. She is bringing her very own project to the big exclusive network, not letting any cats out the bag. Just know that shit is going to be dope. My guy, my Canadian connection, Montreal, Sebastian, what's up? He said, very cool. Miss Q, did you get your bacon this morning, Miss Q? She said, y'all got it on lock. Q, I appreciate that. Make sure you sharing the link, getting people in here. Miss Dawn, hey Dawn, how's it going? How you been? Big Rose said, Top Flizzle, aka Nate Money. After this special drop, bro, it's gonna be that G4 money. We flying private, baby.
Man, listen.
Christine said, congratulations. Miss Nene, how you doing tonight, Miss Nene? It's good to see you here. My brother, Levin Bailey Donaldson III, he says, so busy. Hey, Chris, Mr. Levin, maybe, I think we just greenlit something for him. Levin is a chef. He might be debuting our very first cooking show on the big exclusive network. We are in talks right now. Hopefully that comes to fruition soon. Because we need that we need that type of program. My daughter and I was just discussing something. Tell me what y'all think. It's just an idea right now, but she said, yo, Dad, we should do a cooking show, Daddy versus daughter. I said, shit, okay. Because she can actually cook. And we up to 14 shares, y'all. We getting there. We getting there. We getting there. Who we got? Hey, Flight, OG, hey, Big Exclusive. Here we go. Dawn share, Levin with the year. Roll one word. Sold out. That's right. Levin said amazing. I can only assume this is Sandra Neal with the claps. How you doing, Sandra? Christine said, no, Levin said amazing. Christine said, wow, that's great Flight. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
God did. Miss Mimi, yes, it was amazing. Great job, Flight. That's right. Mimi, Bianca, myself, and OG was in the building during our Thug Fizzle 1-2.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Mimi.
Bianca, the show was fire. Congratulations, Flight. Mimi still clapping. Tiffany Ann, that was my favorite part of the show. Lillian cannot use the phone. Hey, Lillian. My brother from the other Canadian connection, my man Andy is in the building. Said, my man, we getting that international Canadian love tonight, Flight. It's definitely appreciated. Who else we got? Mimi said, congratulations, Top Flight.
Thank you.
Miss Marcy Jackson in the building, another supremely talented chef. I'm telling you,
that's a new name to me.
Who, Miss Jackson?
Yeah.
No, Marcy actually did the show before a few times, actually.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give it to you. Because it's been a while. Ooh. Here we go. Another one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Miss Lakeisha Bullock. She says, hey, she is the owner, operator of scbnaturals.com. She makes, matter of fact, she creates the most beautiful soap I've ever seen in my life, man. Do me a favor, go to scbnaturals.com. The first person who inboxes me a picture of one of her beautiful soaps, I'm gonna buy you a bar of that soap. So do it right now. Send it to my inbox, okay? Right now. And then we smashed the share goal. Don't stop now. Keep it going. But again, Miss Lakeisha Bullock, that's S as in Sam, C as in cool, B as in boy, naturals, spelled exactly the way it sounds. Head over to SCB Naturals right now. Come to my Facebook inbox. Inbox me a picture of some soap that you think is beautiful, and I'm going to buy you a bar of that soap. Beautiful soap, beautiful entrepreneur. I watched her journey up close and personal. Great person. Love me some Lakeisha Bullock. Miss Yolanda Shields. How you doing, Miss Yolanda? Good to have you in. Miss Yolanda, I know you share it. What's up? Big Roll looking at Brandy holding up the Ric Flair heavyweight title. Brandy, you want to be the man? Woo, you got to beat the man. That's right. And to beat the man, you got to walk that aisle, baby. I had to finish it. You can't do it. Justin, definitely from down the bottom with the years old canon. My favorite author, Miss Kalila Purnell, is in the building. She's working on some dope things, plays, movies, books, albums. Like, yo, the Big Exclusive Network family is dope, bro. Like, we got it all going on. Miss Bright showing love. Hi, Miss Jasmine Swinton. If you guys need some virtual assistance, right? You want to hit Miss Swinton up. She has Essential Associates. She can get you a virtual assistant for as low as $30. All right. That's right. Miss Tarika said, love that cooking is so relaxing. Hey, the Jacksons are tuning in. Shout out to the Jacksons. I love it. I love it. Tarika Bright said, for sure, daddy versus daughter sounds super cute. It is. And Cameron got attitude and flair. If you guys see her on when she does television, I'm saying it like she doesn't do it every day, but she was on a couple different local news shows and TV shows, and she also did what is the Drew Barrymore show? She's like extremely shy and reserved, but in the house, she mama. That is mama meatball, is what we call a meatball. Justin, did Flight hit somebody with the baby shark bit? You got to watch the special, bro. You got to watch the special, bro. You had to be there. Bro, can we get a pigtails? I need a laugh. Let's do it for the culture one more time.
That shit don't get old, man.
She cracking up. Marcy is a dope throwback to the beginning shows. Yeah, Don't Do Me Like That. Marcy is one of the original members. She was around before a Big Exclusive podcast was a podcast. Like, me and Marcy go way back. Okay, like I said, one of the dopest chefs I know. Justin, do that new people every week. My man Ant Medlock, what's up to you, good brother? I appreciate you locking in tonight. Facebook user says true story. Facebook user, just type your name first and then hit us with your comment. Look at this. Look how hard my people fuck with me. scbnaturals.com. She just said use code Big Exclusive to get 15% off your purchase. That's what I'm saying. Just buy all your listeners some soap and candles. Tim, hold on, bro. The budget ain't like that, bro. Khalil said, I definitely need a virtual assistant. We'll reach out. Yes, reach out to Miss J. Swinton. Justin, how do I watch the show? What show you talking about, Justin? You tuned into the show. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I need to go back to this comment. I need to tell you guys a little bit about Miss Tyreka Bright and her husband, Tim. Tyreka is the owner, operator, sole proprietor of Concrete Rose Candle Company. Most amazing candles I ever smelled in my life. And people say everybody make candles, right? Wrong. People make candles. What Miss Tyreka is doing is she putting some universe love and passion and commitment, and I don't know what she putting in these joints, but they like, I've smelled wonderful candles, but when I tell you these joints burn clean, no black smoke, the shit fills the room. Like, these candles fill the room. Like, I had my daughters coming downstairs to my, yo, what you got with maple syrup? I ain't got nothing with maple syrup. It was a salted caramel candle that was lighting up the crib like that, bro. I burnt this joint for 3-4 days straight till it was gone. Bro. That's how amazing these candles are. Miss Tyreka Bright just did a deal with the network. You will see her candles on the network. You will see her soon on a couple different shows. You will see her product in and around everywhere on the network. We need to support her. Okay. So if you go to Concrete Rose Candle Co. on Instagram, find a candle that you like, inbox me the picture of it, and it's absolutely yours. I'll make sure I get it to you. All right. So make sure you guys follow Concrete Rose Candle Co. on Instagram. The Real Truth TV. That is a new one. The Real Truth TV. This one's for you. Wait, did she hit her face on the side of the slide? That close.
I was about to say it was like that close.
That motherfucking close. Nene, how do I purchase? Nene, I'm telling you, here she is in the comments. Follow her, Miss Tyreka Bright. They also have a website, concreterosecandleco.com. I'm telling you, Nene, if I'm lying, right? Buy whatever candle you want. If I'm lying and it's not everything that I say that it is, I will personally give you your money back. Don't ask her for a refund. I will personally give you your money back. That's how good these candles are. I promise you that. That's on everything. Can I get a candle instead of soap? Did you follow the instructions, Dawn? Christine, I'm so proud of the Big Exclusive Network and everyone on it. Y'all are so dope. We appreciate that. There it is right there, Concrete Rose Candle Co. at gmail.com. That is the email. Reach out right now. I'm going to leave it there for a second. Justin, the comedy special, we'll let you know when it's coming out. Flight on the show. He here every week. We'll let you know, but it's going to debut on Amazon, okay? It's going to debut on Amazon Prime. We'll let you know when it's available, when it comes out. And once it comes out, you can watch that, John. And I'm sure you're going to come back. You're going to tell us all about it, bro. It was that good. It was really that good. Let me get that sweater. Woo! All right. Okay. I love candles. I can't never find a good one that fills the room. I can't wait to try it. Nene, I bet money. Bet money. And my favorite so far is the salted caramel. The shit went upstairs. The kids came downstairs like, yo, what you making? Who got maple syrup? Like, true story. True story. One more time for the one time. ConcreteRoseCandleCo.com. All right, it's time to get into the show. We did all our work. Flight, Justin said happy belated birthday as well, Flight.
Thank you. Thank you.
We went through all the shows. We forgot one show. And I saved this one specifically because of who it is. This Wednesday, 8 o'clock sharp, we have the debut of The Formula, presented by the angriest man in the podcast game, the Angry OG. You guys see The Formula on the chalkboard. You see that man looking stressed out. He's trying to figure it out. I can't wait for you guys to get oh no. Wait a second. Dawn, that's funny as hell. I gotta find that and download that, Dawn. Thank you so much. That is hilarious. We got a new slide situation, y'all. But Tim, after the show, bro. After the show, I got you. I'm sorry, I'm just responding. I'm looking. So wait, somebody did send me an inbox. Oh no, that was Mimi. Nobody's in. I guess they don't want the soap. Then you're lost. When I have it on here, and that's on you guys. But Angry OG presents The Formula Wednesday night, 8 p.m. sharp. He will be here to try to bridge the gap in the relationships between black men and black women, or black and brown, or the black and brown community. When I tell you he has some surprises in store for you, that's all I'm gonna say. Tune in to Fat Gene Activated. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm hungry. The Formula Wednesday night, 8 p.m. hosted by Angry OG. All right, let's take that down. Let's get to some of these comments. Again, Concrete Rose Company or Co.com. Big Roll, I'm a fat dude. If the candles smell too much like food, I might bite it. Real talk. Well, don't get no shit that smell like food, bro.
Right.
That shit is incredible. We are having a raffle for a candle making workshop. Tickets are $10, and you can bring 4 people with you. So let me get this right. You're doing a $10 raffle to win a candle making workshop. for 5 people, basically. If I'm not mistaken, that's normally about $300, if I'm not mistaken. Tiffany Ann is ready for the formula. Oh, that's it right there. Tyreek, and if I'm not mistaken, this shout out to Miss Tyreka Bright, right? He said that's a value of $275. Oh, yeah, so get $10 ticket. Make sure you guys send Tim Davis and Tyreka Bright. Tim Davis, send them a friend request. They'll give you the Cash App information. When I tell you they are family, they are a family. And I tell you, I trust them implicitly. They've been to my home. Y'all know how I get about my crib. They've been to my home. Okay. Bianca, that was a good John B, but you're just a little bit too late. Miss Tyreka Bright come through with the picture. I want to say that's the rose charcoal bar. But anyway, Reek, go. This is what I need you to do, Miss Tyreka. Go into her website, grab the link to the soap. When you grab the link, inbox me the link, and I'm gonna get you some of that soap. Okay. Everybody else, please, scbnaturals.com. Enter the code big exclusive, and you'll get 15% off of any soap that you choose or anything on her website, because it's not just soap. She has everything on her website, and our stuff is all natural, EPA certified and all of that. Like, she doing it big like that. So scbnaturals.com, use code big exclusive for 15% off. All right, let's hide that. All right, so November they doing the drawing for the soap making work. I'm at the candle making workshop for you and 5 friends. Dawn, can I play the one I just sent you? No, I can't play it, Dawn, because I would need to download it. I would need to convert it to the correct video file for me to upload to the software. Send it to me, Christine. Ask Dawn to send it. I could do it after the show, but not right now. I know what to get my wife for Christmas now. Laugh out loud. Thanks for the link for the candles, bro. Your wife will not be disappointed. Nene, can you text the website, bro? Please, I'm dyslexic. Sheesh. For the soap, let me see. scbnaturals.com. There it is right there. scbnaturals.com. All right. Time to get to the show. You ready, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here's what we talking about tonight. Now, you guys done shared. Don't forget to share the stream. Don't forget to tag in your friends, because it's going down tonight. Topics on hand. What does it mean to be canceled by Black people? Did you hear me? What does it mean to be canceled by Black people? Right? Can we fight back as a community? Then we're going to talk some Kyrie Irving. Now, this doesn't have to be in no specific order. Like I said, y'all family to the show. Y'all just as much part of the show as me and Flight right now. So if you guys want to talk about one of those 3 topics right out the gate, talk to me. If not, I'm going to do what we always do. I'm going to let Flight pick the first topic. While Flight looking like RoboCop without the visor on, laugh out loud. I used to see him with the hat on.
Yeah, that's funny, because the head part. You right. You're right. You got me on that one. That was funny.
Didn't they feed RoboCop baby food and shit?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take my hood off. There you go.
My man. I know a lot of great chefs. My man Philly Fat Boy Gresh the chef is in the building. Chef, what up? Chef ain't trying to do no cooking show though. He don't fuck with me like that. He bake a hell of a cake though. He bake a hell of a cake. But with that being said, Flight, what do we want to talk about? What does it mean to be canceled by Black people? We have to either do that or Kyrie first.
Yeah,
Because the second one, how to fight back, we need to define
it, right. I would say go Kyrie. Let's go Kyrie.
Let's go Kyrie. Look at a chef. Chef, don't do that. We live on air, chef. We live on air. When you do stuff like that, right? This is normally what happens when you do stuff like that.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Stop the cap right now. Chef, to my, I'm waiting on you. Chef, all right. I'm going to call your bluff too. I'm going to be down your house. I got to come to your crib anyway to drop something off. But yeah, I'm going to call your bluff. I'm going to show up with the cameras, the lights, the tripods, and see what you got going on. So we're going to talk about Kyrie Irving. So got to give a little bit of context, right? Can't just jump right in. Most people might not know what the fuck is going on with Kyrie Irving, right?
Okay.
So Kyrie tweeted out, well, he shared a link to a movie on his Twitter account, right? So apparently this film that is on Amazon, the link to the film was on Amazon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Follow me. These are important, right? He tweeted out, or he shared the link on his Twitter, which was a link to Amazon for a movie that's apparently very anti-Semitic. That word's been floating around a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Voldemort got in trouble, right? He went from a billionaire overnight to only being worth 400 million liquid. So when Kyrie was asked about it, this was after, I believe, a game. Kyrie plays for the Brooklyn Nets, young black brother. This was the first press conference, right? This is what happened. Take a look. Now, folks, family, I need y'all to comment real motherfucking time, okay? Like, don't sit on your hands. If it comes to your mind, I need you to comment it because it's going to be important for context later on. For context, okay? So I'm going to play this. Take a look at this.
Why that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it. I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so we're
in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on.
All right, now, y'all saw it for yourselves. That was the first time he was asked about what he had shared or what he had tweeted out. Let's keep in mind, he said nothing about the Jewish community. He never used words. Words never came out of his mouth that were anti-Semitic at all, ever. This man simply shared a link that he said was available on a public platform. that anybody can decide to click and watch or not to watch. Kyrie said nothing. He tweeted something. Now, you got to be mindful of a couple things. I don't want to bring this political, but one side wants you not to believe social media. Don't believe everything you hear on social media is not real. The other side says we're going to hold you accountable for everything, right? If you notice, one side is able to do and say whatever the fuck they want to do and say without any fear of retribution. Because that's why I brought that first topic up. Because that point right there, without fear of retribution.
Mm-hmm. It's no consequence, man.
So listen, let's start off with that though, right? Let's start off with that. Freedom of speech and freedom of expression are your inalienable rights under the Constitution, right? And just like I tell everybody, you're free to say and do whatever you want. You aren't free from the consequences.
Right.
So we're going to talk about, go ahead.
It's called price of speech.
Price of speech.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. So now, before we proceed any further, I want to see what y'all just said because I don't want the comments to back up. First of all, SCB Naturals, Miss Lakeisha Bullock said that's the #1 seller. That rose clay plus charcoal. I knew it. Mimi, I don't see what he did so wrong, and he's correct about what he said. Mimi, yes, King, break that down for the clear people. Christine, he did or said nothing wrong. Tim, he didn't do anything to provoke the lashing that he's getting. Lisa Carter, he did nothing wrong. Nene, I love his response statement. He didn't fold. It's coming up. It's coming up, Nene. Miss Khadijah, how you doing tonight? Miss Sams is working on her first feature-length film, and she's an author. We're going to make sure we definitely, at the Big Exclusive Network, support her film when it debuts here in the city of Philadelphia. Tim, he never folded. Trip Football, that is a new name. You know how we do new names around here on the Big Exclusive Network. Get ready. We try to be serious. Lisa Carter, I'm sorry, Trip said what they're we're doing is modern day slavery. We're going to get to it. Lisa Carter, this sound like clear people got an agenda using him as an example. Tim, Kyrie is as solid as they come. Bianca, I feel like he's had a target on his back since the whole vaccination thing. It started before that with a theory. Miss Bright, that's real. Hawk said, and still the media quiet about Brett Favre stealing millions from the poorest state in the country. Oh, see, I knew this had to come from an author. They are mad because he is waking up the black race. They hate when they start waking up from being misinformed and using their huge platforms to speak their truth or educate. I don't think he is racist or hateful. They hate is not allowing them to use their strings to silence him. He did nothing wrong. He never spoke on the Jewish community. Freedom of speech is a joke when it comes from people that look like us. It pertains to only who they allow it to be for. There is a poem in my book. Wait a minute. I got to go to Facebook to get the rest of that. Hold on, people. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Because it's good in this context. And I don't want to do it any injustices. And I can't find it. Oh, no.
My next question would have been, why they not going after Amazon for utilizing it and still, because it's still up. They haven't taken it down. They haven't removed it. They
hold that thought, bro. Hold that thought. The Real Truth TV. I'm sorry, I couldn't get to it, Miss Purnell. I apologize. The Real Truth said Jeff Bezos is selling it on his platform. So it starts there if anyone has a problem.
Right, if that's the problem, right.
Big Roll said they could have just suspended his account for 7 days like on Facebook. Like Facebook do, shake my head. Trip football. Dominique. Okay, Dominique. Okay. Miss Sam, Miss Khadijah, don't thank me. Like, you support me at every step. It's only right that I could do the same for you. I'll do it. Dominique, it's my son. He changed it. All right. Fat boy, Philly fat boy, Gresh, he did nothing wrong. If you're not Jewish. Kalia, they have now forced him into a public apology, shaking my head. Miss Lucille, good to have you on. Lisa Carter said, big roll, just why people post the most disturbing stuff, and that wasn't even worth suspending the account. Kalia Purnell, it's just sad. It's a poem in my book that speak on this. Okay. His Miss Bullock said his army literally abandoned him. Now, let's step into the next phase. So after he said that at the press conference after the game, this is the one that had me in the chokehold. This is the one that had me in the chokehold. I love this so much. Check this out.
Where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create, and it was something I shared, and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility, then that's where I sit. These same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with. It's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I can stand on the truth because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, that I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I study. And why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in the book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots.
Man, I didn't see that interview. That was powerful.
Ooh, chills. Real quick, I hope everybody voted today. Your vote absolutely counts. And I had said this, and I'm not going to get too far sidetracked, but one of the things that I always say is they've been whooping our ass with this pen for decades. It's time for us to fight back with the pen. Shout out to super producer Mimi. She voted. Let me ask y'all something before y'all go too far in the comments, because I'm going to read everybody's. Do you guys stand with Kyrie? I'm going to ask you, Flight, do you stand with Kyrie?
Yeah, I've been backing him since it all came out. I'm still confused on when are we going after Amazon, or because I looked up the link in the movie. It's still up. Like, I haven't had the time to be able to sit and watch it, but I'm like, okay, that's step number one. Step number two, what is he apologizing for? He didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. He just he shared something.
He shared something.
That was it, so, but I, again, and then somebody did make a valid point. He's a walking target from jump because of the whole vaccination, the way he conducts himself. And it's like, he's woke and he's just not going to take anything. I'm not accepting what you guys are throwing at me. So, and it's just sad because a lot of his teammates, a lot of his friends, they all turned their back on him. and they're just more concerned with the dollar amount and the well-being of themselves. So instead of sticking with him and sticking by him, they like, nah, bro, I'm not messing up the bag. I'm gonna shut my face, as Donald Trump say, shut up and dribble.
I'm gonna read something to y'all after I read a few of these comments. Jumana, it's good to see you in here tonight. How you been? Do me a favor, send that YouTube link to my inbox. I can't see it unless I go over to Facebook, and right now I'm in production, so I would need to go to my inbox. So send it to my inbox. I'm gonna read a few comments, and I also want to know who stands with Kyrie. Miss Lucille, we talked about that. Tim asked, so are we boycotting the NBA? We get into that, Tim, because I asked people flat out. Are you standing with Kyrie? Ms. Dominique said they will often remind us that we should never get too big for ourselves because they have all the power and we allow them to. Miss Wallace says, yes. Miss Tiffany Ann says he has nothing to apologize for. He explained himself very plainly. The fear of America is an educated black person. Big Roll said, boss. Miss Bullock said, they really mad because Kyrie is known as being messy or hard to work with in the NBA. He didn't get the vaccine, and they are mad he stands on what he believes. Which is, don't let me forget that comment. Nene with the love. Lisa, that was deep. Aisha Waller currently in the chokehold. Christine, he said what the fuck he said. Wow. Miss Lucille, yes, I voted. I appreciate that. Nene, wow, that was amazing. Bianca, I might be in love. Laugh out loud. Tim, I worked the polls today. That's what's up, bro. Miss Khadijah, yes, she voted, or she stands with Kyrie. Mimi, yes, I stand with him. Denise Jones, that is a new name. Let's welcome Denise Jones into the Big Exclusive Podcast fold the best way we know how, the only way we know how. Miss Jones, that was for you. Nene, love. Christine, yes, she stand. Aisha, the pen is a mighty tool. I miss that emotion. I so miss that emotion, maybe. Lisa Carter with the yes. Bianca, hashtag I stand with Kyrie. Aisha Wilder, it's a shame that the ones being vocal about the truth are being targeted. Bianca, Flight, that's normally how it goes. Miss Denise Jones, welcome. I love the participation. She says, because apparently there's no freedom in speech. And when you are somebody that's a public figure, you have to speak and say what they want you to say, not what's on your mind, because it matters. Gresh the Chef, Philly Fat Boy, I stand with Kyrie and Ye. Aisha Wilder, what they're doing to Kyrie and others is bullying. Miss Jumana, thanks. I just saw it. Nene, yes, period, sis. Miss Bullock, I'm going to watch it. A few people said it's really not anti-Semitic, and all this coming from other white folks. Let's see. I got another clip I'm going to play for y'all. These last couple comments, and I'm going to play it. Jumana said he's apologizing for being better than them in their ignorance. Kalila, I stand with Kyrie. Aisha, I second that emotion, standing with Kyrie. Good evening, Miss Breen. Denise, peace and love, everybody. Thank you. Khadijah said they just want him to dribble. Now, I'm going to read y'all this list of demands, and I'm going to play this next video. And it's going to trigger you guys. I'm telling you right now. The Brooklyn Nets, in order for Kyrie to play for them, they delivered these 6 items. Kyrie must apologize and condemn the movie. $500,000 donation to anti-hate cause. Sensitivity training. Anti-Semitic training. Meet with ADL and Jewish leaders. Meet with Joe Tsai to demonstrate understanding. Now, I'm going to give y'all this clip from Uncle Shay Shay. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Just be ready to be triggered. But that was the list of demands that they wanted from Kyrie in order for him to rejoin the Nets and play.
It wasn't enough that he apologized. Now they're trying to rob. I believe they're trying to rob the man of his dignity. They're trying to make him grovel to come and get his job back. And I don't agree with that. A man said he was sorry. Hey, I was wrong. Yeah, I would have liked to see him. Hey, I shared a link to my page. It was brought to my attention that I offended a group of people. And for that, I would like to say I'm sincerely sorry. That was not my intention. In the hope of trying to enlighten and educate my people, I was disrespectful, I was disparaging to another group of people. Could have said that, Skip, and maybe it wouldn't have gotten to this point. They gave him this manifesto, Skip, of what they want him to. I'm like, now come on now, y'all go look.
Like 6 things.
Yeah, y'all going to y'all this. Skip. It's kind of like you build a relationship, and the other party say, well, okay, I need you to do this. I said I was sorry, but that's not enough. No. Now I need to rob you of something to put you to let you know. Because Skip, I need to. Right now, what Brooklyn's trying to do, they're trying to put him in front of all the world to see. You see what happens? If you do this, others, this is what could possibly happen to you. I don't agree with that, Skip. I think that's a bit, for me, that's a bit much. And I've been very critical of Kyrie. But I think what Brooklyn is doing now, that's a bit much.
That was on. Now I'm going to give y'all my thoughts. Good, bad, and indifferent. But this is how I feel about this situation. I know a lot of people like to, and if you watch the show enough, I call Ye Lord Voldemort. And that's just because in the Harry Potter series, they refer to Lord Voldemort as he who shall not be named. Here's where I am with the Kyrie situation. What I feel like we are witnessing is a public lynching with Kyrie Irving. Don't give me, Ye is the same thing. Ye saying the same things. For the sake of argument, let's take him out the equation. What's happening to Kyrie and these listed demands that the Brooklyn Nets have gave Kyrie? The rumor came out that he was going to retire. And I wouldn't blame him. Here's my problem with that. We witnessed something similar with Colin Kaepernick. Don't want to drag this into that situation. But what I want to say is there are parallels. Kaepernick didn't say a goddamn word. That man got down on one knee and stayed on one knee because he didn't want to sing the national anthem. That was a silent protest. Kyrie didn't say anything, but shared something that is still up on Amazon for sale. Amazon gets 50% of that sale every time that movie is bought. You know how much money they made off that movie since this thing broke?
Especially now that it's a hot topic.
Anybody thought about that? Jeff Bezos, with all the outrage of this being anti-Semitic, still has that piece of material on Amazon's website. Which brings me to Flight's point. We watching Kyrie being publicly lynched. And just as a quick side note, for all the other athletes and analysts of color, if you're not going to stand with that man, please, for the love of God, just fucking say no comment. Don't comment. Say no comment. It's simple. It's easy. No comment. You're not confirming you support him. You're not denying you support him. You choosing no comment. You choosing not to speak about it. We witnessing a 30-year-old supremely talented athlete being publicly lynched, and he's never said a word. And I asked you guys if you stand with Kyrie because I really want to know. The reason I asked is, how far are you willing to go? How many of you are willing to give up the NBA? How many of you are willing to cancel your Amazon Prime subscription and not buy from Amazon? How many of you are willing to publicly say enough is enough? We won't stand for this shit. We won't stand for the public lynching of our brother. How many? I'm actually curious, how much worse would your life be without Amazon Prime and without the NBA? I'm just curious. Because ultimately, one of the topics, the very first topic was, what happens when black people cancel somebody?
Nothing.
You realize what you just said, right? I'm asking the people, what happens when we as black people cancel somebody? I'm curious because the reason that's part of the topics and the reason why that kind of coincides with what's going on with Kyrie Irving is the fact that these people are actively trying to cancel a man who verbally said nothing anti-Semitic. He shared a link to a movie that's on a platform still to this day. Why aren't those people just as mad at Jeff Bezos for having it on a platform and still currently profiting from the movie being there?
Mm-hmm.
Inadvertently making money based off Kyrie Irving's platform and popularity. It's like these fuckers are still winning, still making money, even while lynching us and taking ours. They are tar and feathering this man in front of our eyes. And we Stevie Wonder to the bullshit. How is it that we as a people can allow these so-called powers that be to continue to do business, take it out of our communities, send it back home in some cases, not do shit for our community in most cases, lynch our brothers and sisters publicly, and still nothing happens? Y'all ain't frustrated that we don't have the fucking power and the resources to cancel some of them fuckers? Let's be honest. There's a couple of them out there that deserve to be canceled. They deserve to be stripped of their money, of their title. They deserve to be publicly embarrassed, publicly lynched, publicly tarred and feathered, just like they doing our brother Kyrie. Kaepernick lost his career. That man worked his entire fucking life at one thing. At one thing, he worked his entire life. He lived, breathed, slept, sweat, bled football. Made it to the pinnacle of his profession. Played at a high level. And because he wanted his brothers and sisters to stop getting brutalized by fucking police, he didn't say nothing verbally. That man just said, my quiet protest is, I'm just not going to stand up till y'all done singing the song. That man lost an obscene amount of money and endorsements, salary, potentially going to the Hall of Fame. Yet we sit idly and still glorify the NFL. We let fucking Jay-Z trick us with a halftime show back into the fold. When that shit first happened with Cap and we were at the pinnacle of our fucking frustration with him, with the NFL, they were scrambling because ratings were down. Ticket sales were down. People ask me all the time. I had a conversation, one of my good friends, one of my best friends in the world, my man Jumpman, aka Jimmy. Jim said, I said, Jim, because we was arguing back and forth about Voldemort. And I said, listen, let's do this. For the sake of argument, this man is the Messiah. He is right. What's the solution? How do we get to the resources and the leverage and the income to be able to actually fucking fight back. Him, just like every fucking body else I asked, they never had no answer. Oh, well, the answer above my pay grade. I don't want to argue all day about are they right? Are they wrong? We can see with our eyes that certain shit is just flat out wrong. So I have a couple of answers for you. The question is, are we strong enough as a community to make a commitment? You got to ask yourself that. There's been designer brands, I forget which one, sent the motherfucker down the runway with a noose around their neck. There's been designer brands have whole campaigns built around blackface. But the minute your favorite rapper or entertainer or actor, whatever the fuck going on, whoever you look up to, step out with that shit on, oh, all this forgiven. They didn't mean it. They put out a bullshit apology on Instagram. It has been clothing brands tell you flat out, my shit was not made for black people. Yet we still purchase it at the premium. These fucking stores, they ain't giving y'all no discount. They ain't say, yo, here's a coupon. Sorry we called you a nigger. Sorry we offended you. Here's a coupon. They don't give a fuck about y'all enough to even give y'all a discount on their shit. Get your people in here, man. Shout out to my brother from another L. Austin. He said Tommy and Timberland, those is facts. So I don't want to be the guy following the same rhetoric. I don't want to complain. I asked y'all in the beginning if y'all was down. If y'all willing to do what it takes to stand by Kyrie. I ain't big enough for y'all to stand by me. Clearly. Are you guys big enough to stand with Kyrie? Do y'all have the fucking mental fortitude, to decide, not just for you. Stop being so fucking selfish, thinking everything is about you. Most of us listening, most of us watching have kids. I don't know about y'all, but I do everything in my power every day to make sure my kids have a better, brighter future. Stop being so selfish, thinking it's about you. Are you willing to stand on it? Y'all said y'all stand with Kyrie. Are you willing to stand on it? So y'all might ask, big exclusive, what's the solution? We just talked about it. The solution has always been in our face. Fucking a few years ago, it was even fashionable. During the pandemic, it was fashionable. We seen an absolute explosion in minority and black women being entrepreneurs. Please act like y'all hear me out there. I don't feel like the Reverend. I'm just saying I need y'all to acknowledge that y'all fucking understand what's going on and what's happening in front of our face. I need y'all to understand the mental fortitude that it's going to take. And what I'm asking you to do, it's not even that fucking hard. It's not even that hard. You want to affect change in this country? Where you hit them at, Flight?
Pockets.
Flight, where you hit them at?
In their pockets.
I can't hear you, Flight.
In their pockets.
Flight, one more time, please, good brother.
In their pockets. And also, again, and I think what happens is if he gets the right people behind, like how Chris Paul and LeBron James and all those different people with the dude with the guys. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Matter of fact,
because
I'm gonna give you the floor.
The same way they rallied to get the NBA owner Phoenix Suns. How they're all coming together and willy-nilly to do whatever to get this guy removed and get him out of here. And I did a little research on it because they did the same thing with the guy from LA. Removing him, he is he is liable to make $2.4 billion if they get him out of there and sell the team to someone else. So now on the flip side, Kyrie is getting ready. They trying to get rid of him, and they snatching everything away from him. So it's always that double edge, man. It's just crazy. But I think if those guys rally behind him and he gets the right voices to stand by him and stand with him, you may see a little change and a little bit different.
Okay.
More people will get more involved.
I hear what you're saying, bro. But for me, that's that waiting on Superman mentality. I'm not doing it. LeBron James already said where he stands. Shaq, Barkley, Jalen Rose, Stephen A. They all said where they stand, bro. Here's what I'm asking y'all to do. Y'all can call me crazy. I'm okay with being called crazy. I've been called much worse. And I'm not asking y'all to do nothing crazy. The shit I'm asking you to do should not interrupt your life whatsoever. You want to affect change. You want the resources to be able to cancel. You want the resources not only just to cancel people, because it's not a tit for tat thing, but we need to have the power and the resources to stand up for our brothers and sisters that are standing in the crosshairs of these people who publicly lift them up, only to say don't get too big and smack them on their ass to bring them back down to earth. I'm asking you, pay your bills. I'm not looking for nobody to be with their utilities off. Pay your rent, pay your mortgage. I need you to keep the roof over your head. Buy your groceries. I need you to keep the food in the crib so everybody stay happy and healthy. What am I talking about then? Keep your money in your pocket. I've been saying for like the last 8-9 years that the easiest way for us to affect change in this country is to hold on to our money. You don't believe me, right? But yet every time you turn around, it's a new liquor store in your neighborhood. It's a new poppy store in your neighborhood. There's poppy stores on damn near every corner. How do they stay in business? They keep saying we poor, yet and still new stores, whether it be delis, whether it be poppy stores, hair stores, they popping up all in our neighborhood, bro.
Chinese stores. I think
Chinese stores.
they're the longest
Man,
lasting businesses in America. Like you rarely see Chinese stores closed down.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna pull a page out of roll book like he doing his show. Answer yes or no. I need everybody lock in right now.
So
Chinese,
what's your solution? How can we start?
let's get to it then.
So if we can
Number
talk, if
one.
we're going to talk, let's talk. Like what
If
can,
we gonna
okay, let me
talk-
reframe that. What can I do? Because everything starts with us. So if it takes for me
Everything
to take
starts-
the initiative, then what can I do? What are some
All
of
right.
your suggestions?
Here are some of my suggestions of what you can do, right? Number one, don't buy designer shit. They are marked up 10,000%. These motherfuckers ain't getting cotton from ancient Egypt that's no better than the cotton that Hanes and all the other ones are using. Stop buying designer shit. It's overpriced, and all it is a status symbol. I don't want my brothers or sisters to feel like they less than me because they don't have whatever that name brand is. Stop buying name brand stuff. That's number one. Number two, it's cliche, but bro, it's the easiest way, and the fastest way to affect change financially for our community. Buy black. What do I mean when I say buy black? Y'all just seen a candle company on here. One of my friends, close friends. You just seen an all-natural soap and body and holistic healing company on here, SCB Naturals. I just talked about 3 different black chefs on here. I just talked about a black writer, a black filmmaker, a black comedian is on the show. The network is owned by a black person. What I mean by buy black is all my entrepreneurs, answer this question in the comments. If you guys became successful overnight, who are you hiring? Who are you fucking hiring? Lakeisha, who are you hiring? Tarika, who are you hiring? Flight, I already know who you hiring. I saw your team. I saw your staff. From the DJ to the hostess was what? Black. Flight, if you get a bigger production company, right? And now let's just say you Kevin Hart status. What's your staff look like, bro? Your road managers, your production staff, your team of comedians that's opening and featuring on the lineup for you. What they look like, bro?
Right. They're definitely gonna be black.
What's happening when we hiring and put more black money in our black people pockets? I can tell you from the rip, Lakeisha is going, she's done it already. In community centers, she's taught classes on how to make soap to at-risk youth to give them an opportunity to be exposed to something different.
Different, right.
When I say buy black, you got to get out of the mindset that you just going to make Flight rich, that you just going to make Big Exclusive rich, that you just going to make Lakeisha rich, that you just going to make Tim and Tyrika rich, because it ain't about them getting rich. You can see we could be dragged back down just as fast as we got up.
True. Facts. But we also got to keep putting the work in too, man. We can't get complacent, because I'm all for helping people and doing that, but we also have to be open-minded, because I just experienced this past weekend, and I ain't gonna get all into the details, but that dude just
I know where you're going. And here's what I'm gonna say to that. Because everybody, here's the thing. This is the example that I like to use because it's the most familiar to most people. When you go to McDonald's, it's a running joke that Shake Machine is always down. It still don't stop the billion from the motherfuckers from going back 9 and 10 and 11 times to still get that same frustration about the Shake Machine being down. So here's what I'm going to say to you, Flight. Just like anything else, how many mistakes your kids make a day or a week? How many mistakes have you made? Give black entrepreneurs the same grace you would give yourself or your kids. Because listen, at the end of the day, these motherfuckers had a 400-year head start on how to do business. They got psychology books and videos going back from the 30s, 40s, and 50s on how to sell to the Negro. Where's our content about how to sell to the white people? Don't exist. They got psychology on specific reasons. They put certain stuff in the front of the supermarket. Psychology behind that. We learning, bro. Most of these small businesses have only been a small business for the last maybe 1 or 2 years because most of us fail. You know why we fail? Because we don't have the support. We don't have the funding. And let's make one thing clear. Support is not about always spending money. Get that out of your head. Support is not always about spending money. Yes, it's the goal. But ultimately, the shit all, like Ms. Tyrika said, it's a process. Got to respect the hustle and value it. We're going to make mistakes. This is all new to us. We're going to get there. Give us the same grace, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. Do that change how you feel about that man? Do you love him and his family any less?
No.
You're going to help him get better. And he's going to be better. Why? Because of you. He's going to want to be better for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you did something that I love. You didn't put that man on blast. You didn't put that man company out there. You didn't put his name out there. You respected that man enough and his business enough not to put it out there. What does support look like if it's not money? Support is a post. There's an internal issue going on at the Big Exclusive Network, and it's all about getting eyeballs on the network. Everybody feels like, me especially, feel like we could be doing more, right? Because support is not about just the money. Support looks like getting the network logo in front of as many people as you can. That's what support looks like. Support looks like telling your friend, telling them to tune in. Support is tuning in. Even if you can't listen to the whole show, tune in for a quick 10 minutes, share it. You can get out. It counts. We get the support we need. Support looks like actually when you can't be a part of something, making sure everybody around you knows that shit exists. Support is all about leaving positive comments under their posts, sharing their post, liking the post, tweeting, duetting, all of the above is support. That rhetoric about, yo, hold on, let me basically use, I'll be the first to say, I know there is maybe a black alternative for every business out there. Here's another entrepreneur. You want some jewelry? Holla at Sabrine. Stop making excuses and stop. That's the other thing. Stop believing everything everybody says. Give that business an opportunity to have your own experience with them. We all got friends of friends that you're like, yo, that's not my experience with that person. They might have did that to you, but that's not my experience with that person.
Right.
Stop spreading that rhetoric. If you had it, listen, here's the biggest thing I can say to you about dealing with minority business. If you had a bad experience, give that entrepreneur the opportunity to make it right. Y'all act like the people who spread that rhetoric, y'all motherfuckers act like y'all perfect and y'all don't make mistakes. And sometimes I think the psychology behind that could be a little bit of jealousy because you didn't take the leap of faith to follow and chase your dream. I tell people all the time, my dreams, I'm going to run them bitches down. I don't have time for naysayers. I don't have time for people who don't believe. They tell you at the network, I'm trying to build a family. By hook or crook, we going to build this fucking family. Stop spreading the rhetoric that this person don't do business because this, that, and other. No, give them an opportunity. That's all we ask for. That's what every entrepreneur asks for. It's just a fucking opportunity to deliver on a promise. We human. We make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Why don't you guys cut us the same grace and the same slack? I understand some are fucked up. And I'm going to tell you like this. If it's blatant and it's fucked up and it's disrespectful, don't do business with them. I understand that. Nobody wants to be disrespected for some money they worked absolutely too hard for. But stop spreading that rhetoric. Stop putting people on blast. Stop lumping all black entrepreneurs into that one fucking group of people or those minority, those small people, those that maybe 1% who just do bad business. Stop lumping every black entrepreneur in that company because most comedians, actors, entertainers, athletes are independent contractors. They own their own business. You give them the grace when they throw an interception. You give them the grace when they miss the game-winning 3. You give them the grace when they strike out. You give them the grace because you come back every week. You come back every week. And they just play in our face and we just keep coming back. So do you really stand with Kyrie? So here are some solutions. Stop spending money on designer clothes. Buy black. It's not hard. And if there isn't a black person who makes what it is that you need, don't buy the brand name alternative. Okay? Example, if let's just call it Nikes. Now, people love footwear. It's just an example. Don't start biting my head off. But say, for instance, there's no black counterpart for Nikes. Still, don't go buy Nike. Don't go buy Adidas. They just had an experiment that pay less. You remember we played that, bro? When Payless was charging like 10,000 times the price of the actual shoe, but because it was in a really chic store, they was getting those prices for those shoes.
Right.
But they was actually Payless brand shoes.
Payless brand shoes, right.
So stop being tricked. That's another thing. Stop being tricked. Stop it. If y'all really want to get some leverage, here's what else you could do. Fix your credit. Fix your credit. Fix your credit. Fix your credit.
Yes.
Fix your credit. Stop using your own money to pay for shit. Stop.
Yes.
Now, this is what I'm saying. Don't abuse them. Pay your bills, but only pay back the credit card money. Pay the credit card money back. So, example, if your electric bill is $200, don't pay it with the cash in your bank. Pay it with your credit card. Hopefully, your credit card is with the credit union and you banking with the credit union. Then you just do a balance transfer. And you get no penalties, no fees. You acquire all the benefits.
No fees. All the benefits.
That credit card. Now that your credit fixed, get you an LLC. Get as many as you can, to be honest with you. Get as many as you can. Business funding is way more easier.
Made more easy. Whew, man, listen, and this is coming from somebody that I'm in it and I'm doing it. So he is dropping a bunch
I'm
of
not
jewels,
talking out
man.
my ass.
Like I mean, you can write off the biggest to the smallest thing, and with the way I'm traveling and the way that I'm moving and all these different avenues and loans and like I never thought in a million years out my credit score would be what it is from where I was to where I'm at, and learning the game and taking the time out. And Kyrie said it best. Sometimes they hide stuff in books, man. You got to take the time to take the initiative to be willing and wanting to learn. And when you learn, don't be afraid to share the information. I've shared with my family. I've let my family know, like, they like, yo, how you go from and all due respect, you know, my ex-wife, she is a Caucasian woman. She's a white woman. So I took that and the different things that she showed me and the avenues that she taught me. And I'm glad that she wasn't hesitant to do that. So I would definitely praise her on that. And now I'm taking that same information and utilizing it and want to help my friends and family. So I'm all for it. I have an LLC. I used to be afraid because I used to be like, no, I don't want child support to get me and all that. Man, listen, listen. I'm glad I stepped out on faith and jumped on that, and it has opened so much, like to the point where, like he said, there's so many different avenues. I don't even have to touch my cash. I utilize other things, so it feels good to be able to rent a car without a debit card, and then they ask you for a phone bill and this bill and do that just to get a rent. Like the little things, man, it just makes all the difference. So yes. That credit is very, very important.
Now, I'm going to tell you like this. They ain't going to be mad at me for this one. I said, you want to learn how to fight back? We got to strengthen our community. How do we do that? Having good credit is cool. It's dope. It's fashionable. Then get you some LLCs because you can be a personal guarantor with your business. You build that business credit up to at least a 90 payback score through Dun & Bradstreet. It's a couple other ones. All the major credit reporting companies have a counterpart for a business. Go out there, get your business score up. Take your, excuse me. And by all means, let me just say this. Shout out to Lashia. She had named the 10 worst banks to deal with. If you are dealing with a bank and it's not for business purposes, you are wasting your time and you're wasting your money. You need to be in a credit union. I'm telling you now, you need to be in the credit union. Number one, the interest rates are always going to be lower.
Always
better. A credit union, they're all about helping you build your credit.
About helping you. Yep.
If you do not know, here are my two favorite. Number one being, now I'll give you number two first. Police and Fire Credit Union.
Police and Fire. Yep. I was
like they think I'm a big dumbass.
Yo, man, listen,
angry ass black man. That's what they think. That's what they think.
I feel you, man. It's hard trying to get to sell to us, man, because we always think that we trying to get over.
It's a scam.
I'm like, yo, like
they think because I want to be paid for my knowledge that I'm trying to scam them.
Right.
They don't know I spent tens of thousands of dollars to acquire this knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for all of it back. I'll even say this. Give me 500. I'll give you the whole course. Step by step from the person I learned it from. Because you know why? Coming from me is going to be a scam.
It's gonna be a scam. Yeah.
Coming from me, I let you in on a little secret. They said it was whispers out there that people thought I was trying to scam people to get the network because I asked for $50 a month. That is wild. But more importantly, back to what I was saying. Police and fire is my number 2 favorite credit union. Number 1 is Navy Federal Credit
Navy
Union.
Federal Credit Union. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? Angry OG call it Old Navy. He said, man, I checked my Old Navy account. I said, what? You got an Old Navy? Nah, man, Navy Federal. You know what I be trying to say. But here's the thing. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. I don't know if they're going to ban this. I don't know if they're going to take it down. But I'm giving y'all the game. My partners may be mad at me, but that's okay. Because I'm telling you, we need this to get ahead. We need the power. And the only way to get the power, and the only thing they respect is money. And the minute we start taking money out of it, just imagine a world where everyone decided we're never buying Nike again. Black people. Other people can do what they want. But just imagine if we decided we never buy a Nike, New Balance, Fila, Adidas, Timberland, none of that shit again. Just imagine, number one, how much money we would fucking save. But here's the blueprint. Clean up your credit. Build your credit. Get you an LLC, become a personal guarantor, go to the credit union, open the credit union accounts. 2, police and fire, Navy Federal, if you could do it. Now, once your credit is cleaned up, once it's built up, and you have a very specific score, I don't want to go into details. Again, there's a course for that. You can have the course for the price I gave you. Once you do that, go get you some LLCs. If you can afford 5, you can afford 5, because there is even a business that you can make a shit ton of money just having Shelf Corporation. What's a Shelf Corporation? It's an LLC that you own, and it's just sitting on a fucking shelf till you're ready to do something with it. But the most important thing that LLC is doing is what? For those who know, if you know, you fucking know. Okay? Now, once you got your LLC, you're going to use Navy Federal because you're going to apply for a card. Navy Federal will give you somewhere in between $12 and $25,000. Use that to get your business, your LLC.
Yep.
Use that to finance your primaries on your business. Meaning, you want to do it legitly, get you an LLC, get you a business telephone. Don't use your personal. Telephone. Get you a business address. You can use a virtual mailbox.
PO box.
Make sure you have your Dun and Bradstreet number.
Dun and Bradstreet. Okay?
Register for NAV. Pay for NAV. Right? Now that 12 to 25 that Navy Federal just gave you, now you go to Quill, go to a couple gas cards, a bunch of different primaries. They're all in the PDF if you want it. Now, once you got your paydex score to at least a 90, there's a list of funding of banks that you will go to for funding that will give you anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000, depending on what kind of LLC you have. Here's another secret. Don't go get an LLC for something that's too specific. Don't go get the LLC that says Lillian Does Nails LLC. Don't do that. Please don't do that. If anything, find you a universal name so it can go mean anything. If you really want to do it, go into something that's in programming, that's in IT. You're talking about a big dumbass bag. Okay. Just got to be mindful. Now, what happens next? You got your LLC, you got all of that stuff, you got funded. You sitting on maybe $80,000 line of credit, $50,000 cash loan from these lenders. What do you do next? Any idea, Flight?
For me, I would continue to try to create different streams of revenue and income. So I would either buy business properties, because that's where a lot of you can get even more funding when you start getting into real estate. So for me, that's what I would do, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. So yeah.
Ms. Bullock said, FYI, anybody can get accounts with police and fire credit union.
Yep.
You don't need to be a member. You don't need a member to get you in. Navy Federal, you need a member to get you in. Angry OG, I have a list of businesses that are flagged, meaning stay away from those type of businesses. Listen, y'all want the game, we can give you the game. But we asking, what can we do so that we can start to take back the power? So when we cancel companies, it means something. We already said, fix your credit, get LLCs, don't buy name brand shit, keep your money in your pocket. If you are forced to spend your money, don't spend your money on brand name shit. There are equivalents. I look at it like pharmacy. I went to pharmacy tech school, right? For every brand name, you have a generic name. Once the patent run out, the patent usually stay in lock for 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. So when you say Tylenol, what's Tylenol? The active ingredient is acetaminophen. That's Tylenol. So the same amount of active ingredient that's in the name brand Tylenol is the same amount of active ingredient that's in the store brand. So it could be 5 milligrams here. It's got to be 5 milligrams here by law. This one just can't look like the brand name. So the color might be off. The shape might be off. That's it. I know a lot of y'all looking like, yo, what you supposed to do next once you got the funding? I'm not telling you. Come into the class, take the class. I'm not even teaching the class. Just get the information. I can't give it to you for free. I done gave enough away for free on the show. But here's the thing. Find you a generic brand that's just as good. That's not going to cost you as much. There are creators everywhere from YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok that will show you alternative to popular things that are just as good when it comes to quality. Dominique, LLCs aren't for everybody. Just like business credit cards aren't for everyone, especially when there's no financial literacy behind it. Yep, that's why the program Mastermind Credit Game was actually invented, because there has to be some financial literacy behind it. But I will offer a little bit of pushback on that too. All right. It just depends. It just depends on what your goal is.
Right. I was about to say, what is the tell all be all for you? Because
exactly,
if you get the financial literacy, then, you know, you can, there's, like you said, there's different streaming, there's different classes. You got to start putting your mindset to the side of thinking just one way and start widening your paintbrush. When you get a bigger scope, you'll start wanting to learn more and be more invested into what it is that you're trying to do. So even if you say you want to open a crayon business, then you need to start really digging deep in multiple colors. What's this color? How to make this color? How can I make this color pop? Where can I go to do this? How can I do, like, you just have to really,
raw materials are sourced.
Right.
A lot of that goes down to but that's again something in the program. It's not about just getting any LLC, right? Because one of the first questions I ask is, what are you passionate about?
What are you passionate? Yes.
Because we can turn almost any passion into profit and into a business.
Exactly. Yep. And that's why, and it's funny you say that, because that's one of the reasons why I'm getting into real estate, because the tell all be all for me is my comedy club. Big, small, little, tall. Like, that's what I'm working for. And my grandfather used to always tell me, one thing they'll never make more of is land.
Hello.
So if you can get your hands on as much as that as possible, it ain't going nowhere. And it's always going to make money for you. And it always will be available to you. So if you can start getting into that, then you'll always be in the market of being able to have that financial gain. You know, because right now, even with certain real estate that he does own, and he way up in Scranton, but he has property. Temple done called this man 15 times. So he keep hanging up on him like, nope. And it's crazy because it looks so nice. And then it's just one little tiny building that just look like don't nobody
love it, right?
It's hilarious. I'll be like, my grandfather's a whole asshole, yo, like a whole ass. He like, nah, I know what I'm doing. So again, it's just knowledge and wanting to be greater than and more than what you was yesterday.
It's a couple Jones. Jemina said it best. Supporting and helping each other. We got to stop the selfish shit.
Selfish shit.
And just to go a little bit deeper on that, stop pocket watching people. That is a bad habit we have in our community. Please stop pocket watching, because you don't understand how hard people have to work to get that money. You also don't understand what their expenses are. Okay? More money, more problems is an unequivocal fact. Okay? Ms. Bullock said, don't purchase liabilities and depreciating items with your credit, i.e. expensive cars. That's right. Certain shit depreciated the minute you take it away from the person you bought it from. Car leaves the lot, is automatically loses $10,000 to $15,000. Them silly ass chains and rings and most watches, I'll say 90% of the watch, they lose, especially if you start to altering shit. The minute you start customizing it, unless you can find somebody with that exact same taste who value that exact same taste, is worth way less. So stop doing that. Great advice. Miss Lakeisha Bullock again with some gold. Use your last name and say co, like Bullock and Co, etc. Talk that talk, Flight. Absolutely. Land can always be used and will be wanted. Angry OG. We need to practice group economics. Woo! That's the idea behind starting the network, was an attempt at group economics. He's absolutely right. Miss Dominique, I think we need to get our people on the same page first before we start throwing LLCs and business credit at them. Let's teach them life. Let's teach them life can be different first, because some people are still stuck. Well, yeah, Miss Dominique, by all means, I agree with that, right? Because there's some things that we have to understand. But how long are we going to wait for those people to get their shit together? What I'm saying is, if those people who are there right now start taking those steps, we are, if nothing else, a group of followers. Because if that's hot, that's the hip thing, we're going to do it. Perfect example. Roll asked this morning. He said, yo, is it mandatory that you post that you voted on social media? Most people said, nah, it's not mandatory, man. His conclusion was most people do it for likes. I said, Roll, that's okay. Some shit we just need to make cool. Some shit is okay just to post for likes. Maybe it'll inspire somebody else to go out and vote so that they can post it, so they can get the likes. Because let's be honest, people out here dying for likes and comments and hopefully to go viral. So why not post it? And yeah, some of that shit is guilting you into being a part of the process. I keep saying, I hear people say all the time, voting don't matter, my vote don't count. I'm thinking to myself, that's wild, because these white politicians been whooping our ass with these policies and these pins for the last 100 or about 100 years. Yet we still don't see the value in voting. Now, again, There's going to be some bumps in the road. It's going to take some time. Yes, we need to start growing our own politicians who have our best interests at heart, who's taking our agenda to the House, to the Senate. Yeah, some are going to get corrupted when they go because they still human. But it's just like anything else, man. You keep firing. You don't stop. You keep sending them and keep sending them and keep sending them. But to sit around and do nothing and then have the balls to complain is insane to me. Is insane to me. Angry OG, right. Some people have to get left. Good evening, Irish. It's good to see you. Lamont, everyone ain't meant to be on a journey. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Flight, you had a journey. You on a journey right now, right?
Yes.
Don't say no names. How many people you had to leave behind already?
Yeah, quite a few, and some are close. I mean, we still close, and
Right.
you know. But I just come to realize, right? Huh?
Was it personal?
No. It wasn't personal. It's just I've gathered and started getting the information and the understanding that everybody is not supposed to go with you. So there's some things that you are to do and embark by yourself.
And with certain people
Mm-hmm.
who get it.
Yeah.
Jumana said that's why Ye said he's jealous of them. They take and grab each other by the hand and teach them to keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family.
But here's the thing. We have to consistently see examples of that for generations, right or wrong. That shit didn't happen overnight for them.
Overnight, right.
Nothing ever does.
But
sometimes we hold ourselves back waiting on others.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Everybody can't go. Everybody ain't meant to go. If you ask any successful person on the planet, they'll tell you, remember the times when I had to leave J-Bo, Nick, Donnie, asshole, fuck boy, and all of them behind. Because they can't sit in these rooms where I'm going. They're not meant to be there. That don't mean you love them people any less. That don't mean they ain't your friends. It's that mentality. Everybody ain't meant to be an entrepreneur. That's okay. We need workers too. Some people are perfectly content going to work, getting paid, going home, taking care of their family, and living that lifestyle. But just keep in mind, that's not for everybody either. So the ones who it's for will be inspired to follow the blueprint. The ones who aren't won't be. That's okay. The point is, the ones who follow the blueprint will be in position to help the ones who aren't following the blueprint because we can afford to maybe pay them more. We can afford them. How about this for a fucking change? We can afford them a workplace that understands cultural nuance. A workplace they would be proud to work for because we give them back to the community. Because we actively understand what each other been through. We understand cultural nuances. So we make the workplace even better place to work. Imagine working at a hospital all black. And don't give me that shit. No. Imagine working at a hospital where the entire structure was black from top to bottom. Imagine working for Goodyear, a tire manufacturing company, and you look down and the whole fucking floor is black people. The whole executive structure is black people, and we understand cultural nuance. And we understand we not booking no trip to no fucking Iceland because that ain't what we doing. We not bringing in quiche and ambrosia salad. That ain't what we doing. Are there people who like? Of course there is. But I'm talking about, imagine a place. So I fantasize, and we got to cut it short because it's almost 9 o'clock. I fantasize about where's that echo coming from? Is that you, Flight? Is that me?
No, I don't know.
Or maybe it's just me. But I was saying I fantasize about what Black Wall Street would look like today. Like if we had the Black Bank, the black hospital, the black school, the black university, the black tailors, the black barbers, the black handyman, the black car manufacturer, the black clothes maker, the suit maker. I imagine what that would be like that. And I salivate at the idea of that. I really do fantasize about what that would be like. The black owned restaurants, breakfast, lunch, dinner, caterers, cake makers, churches, mosque. I imagine what that would look like, and I get really excited about that. I really do. And I think the closest place to that is what? Atlanta? But even then, they're going through major gentrification right now. But I imagine what that looked like. And I want to see it. Y'all been riding strong tonight, man. I hope this show you learned something. I hope we did a service to our brother who couldn't be here tonight, Mr. Angry OG. Make sure you catch him for the debut tomorrow night of The Formula. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss it. The Formula presented by Angry OG. Tomorrow morning, wake up. We're keeping it real with Big Roll in the morning. After Angry OG, you're going to go down the rabbit hole with Taj Mahal, Mr. Cheese, and Bianca Monroe. Tune into all the programming at the Big Exclusive Network. And I got to ask y'all one last thing before I get out of here, man. If y'all got anything from tonight's show, y'all felt like y'all learned something, y'all felt like we had a good conversation, you guys feel like ultimately this was good for the culture, it's going to be up on YouTube, right? Immediately after the show, it will be available on YouTube. I ask you guys, consider signing up. Consider making a donation to the Big Exclusive Podcast. Consider, even if you can't make a donation, right? You can, if you would consider, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, right? If you could consider passing along or posting the Big Exclusive Network logo on your page, I would forever be grateful. Forever be grateful. Because that's what it's all about right there. Getting eyeballs on the network and making sure more people know about the network. I promise you we have new programming. I promise you the program that already exists is only going to get better. Flight stepped up. Flight probably going to have his own show like Angry OG. He's also agreed to produce some comedy specials. Like, could you imagine a comedy special produced by Topp Flight as executive producer? No, you ain't got to imagine no more. It's actually going to happen. Now, everything doesn't happen overnight. We need the budget for that. The only way for us to get the budget is if you support us. That means getting, like, even if you can't donate $5, you might got a cousin who loved the content. He might be, or she might be able to donate $5. Right? So with that being said, man, like normally the way we end every show is, you know, we just leave a final comment. Flight do a great job. I think this is appropriate tonight. So I'm gonna let him have the last words on the show. I'm gonna say thank you to everybody who tuned in. I'm gonna say, Angry OG, I ain't paying the $5. He paid more. Shout out to OG. He's just secured a space for the podcast too. He just secured a brick and mortar for the Big Exclusive Podcast. We'll be in the space hopefully by, I don't know, December maybe. I don't know. He just bought some podcasting equipment. So like I said, everything is getting bigger and better. OG he really just put it out there. And I could just imagine a few months back, maybe last year, man. I forget how long we've been doing this shit together now, but I was begging him, just do one show, bro. If you don't like it, you'll never have to come back. Now he buying expensive podcast equipment, mics, and all that shit. He's securing the venue for us to do it out of. So yeah, man, he inspired, man. He all in. He created his own show on his own. I stopped badgering him. He just like, yo, fuck it, I got something. So he got it. Kayla, Cameron, words can. I don't have the words to say how much I love you guys. I hope you find this episode. I hope you love this episode. I hope you take something from it. Everybody who commented in this episode is a really good friend of Daddy's. Reach out to them if I'm no longer here or I'm no longer available. They will guide you. They'll point you in the right direction because they got love for Daddy. Daddy had love for them. And I pray you guys live the life you want, not the life you have to. Flight, take us out.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you in this moment, Father. We just ask that you give us a new way of thinking. Just change our thoughts, change our mindset, change the way we view things, and more importantly, change the way we view each other, Father. We just ask that you give us all forgiveness in our heart, mind, body, and soul. I ask that the people that's watching and under the sound of my voice, that you allow them to just forgive somebody. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they did, but just allow them to forgive them, Father, and forgive them not so much for them, but for themselves, Father, because everything starts with us. So with that being said, Father, I thank you, and I'm going to forgive any and everybody. If I've done you wrong, if I said anything about you, I truly apologize from the top and the bottom of my heart. God loves me, and more importantly, he loves you too. Comedian Top Flight, we taking off. Peace.
You say I'm arrogant. I say damn right. That's pride. Pride in the saying I am. Now tune into the big exclusive podcast available on all podcast platforms or the BEpodcast.com. Listen now or I'll eat your whole race. Oh, and you better like or subscribe or else.